I am Stella Afalabi. I too am Urban Alliance alumnus. My journey with Urban Alliance started in 2011 when I completed the World Bank Summer Internship Program and the high school internship program in 2012. I've held internships with Urban Alliance with the Boston Consulting Group, Children's National Hospital, and Urban Alliance in the summer with the Alumni Department. During my internship with Urban Alliance with the Alumni Department, they realized that they wanted to keep me close. So they brought me on board. Additionally, I have led 3 amazing cohorts with the World Bank Summer Internship Program as well. And currently, I am the Martha's Table Program Coordinator for our Martha's Table Juniors Program, Next month, November, I'm proud to say will be my 5th year anniversary with Urban Alliance. Nonetheless, it has been an amazing journey with Urban Alliance, and I'm happy that we are here to celebrate the 25th anniversary. Now, I have the pleasure to introduce our amazing executive directors of our regions. Please welcome to the stage Program Director Laurentis Gaines, representing the Greater DC region. Chicago Director Abiodun Dorojaye. Detroit Executive Director Margaret Allen. And last but not least, Baltimore Executive Director Chaz Ackley.
Thank you, Stella. Good evening. I'm Chaz Ackley, and I have the honor to serve as the Executive Director for the Baltimore region. I want to acknowledge all of our tremendous alumni, mentors, advisory board members, and community partners who made the trip to DC tonight. Thank you for being here. Since 2008, Urban Alliance Baltimore has supported over 1,000 young adults on their path to long-term economic mobility, partnering with over 250 businesses and 20 Baltimore City public schools. This coming year will be the largest in our region's history, supporting over 150 young people in our 10th through 12th grade initiatives. This evening, we want to acknowledge our remarkable partners and interns of the year from our 2021 class. First, our interns. August Jackson successfully completed her internship with Biteback. Her mentor remarked, "August was always willing to help. Her attitude and way of being was always uplifting." August is now in her first year at Stevenson University studying business. Jeremiah Hooks interned with Black Speakers Network. His mentor was quoted as saying, "I was always impressed with his ability to work independently on projects but still have the wisdom to reach out for support or assistance whenever needed." Jeremiah is now in his first year at the University of Maryland Eastern Shore, majoring in marketing. Both Jeremiah and August are with here tonight. I would love if they could stand and we could acknowledge them. Thank you. Our work requires meaningful partnership from the business community and workplace mentors. Our 2021 Mentor of the Year was Brian Olds, founder and CEO of the Black Speakers Network. Our Job Partner of the Year was Different Regard, and our Community Partner of the Year was the Mayor's Office of Employment Development. Thank you all for your commitment to our young people and belief in our work. Finally, we have core values which serve as our guardrails for our decision-making, which impact our behaviors, and thus create the environment for ourselves and each other. One of our core values is taking care of each other. There is no better embodiment of taking care of each other than Team Baltimore, which I am honored to be a part of. Team Baltimore is comprised of LaShonda Bolden, Kendra Lyle, Jabari Courts, Kylie Stewart, and Rilazani Montero. Thank you for your dedication, joy, willingness to take care of each other, and thus young people. Together, we grow. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Margaret Allen, and I have had the honor of leading the work of the Urban Alliance in Detroit for the last 2 years. I bring you greetings from the mighty Motor City, where we greet each other in classic Detroit style with a formal salutation. What up, though? I am excited to share with you background on the best, most amazing region in Urban Alliance. In the fall of 2018, Urban Alliance brought its flagship youth employment model to Detroit with partnership and support from Detroit Public Schools Community District, the Rocket Community Fund, Bank of America, and the Skillman Foundation. And with this program in Detroit, we have supported the expansion of opportunity for students from Detroit through intensive professional development and meaningful work experience in students' senior year of high school for what will be 5 years. We started in 2018 with just 35 interns, recruiting from only 3 career and technical high schools in the Detroit Public Schools. This year, we will serve 100 high school seniors, recruiting from every high school in the district. We are very proud for the growth that we've experienced. Exciting things have been happening for the last 5 years in Detroit. We piloted an IT pathway, and this year we're adding healthcare, manufacturing, and real estate. All of these are opportunities for our students to get an early start on entry-level careers in these fields. We will be adding an underclassmen program as well next year, expanding access to Urban Alliance programming to Detroit youth in 9th through 11th grades. I'm grateful to have had the opportunity to continue this work in my dear city. Without the amazing Urban Alliance team, Detroit Public Schools Community District, the Rocket Community Fund, other employer and funding partners, this would not have been possible. I would like to take a moment to recognize Detroit Public Schools Community District. Please stand. Our liaison, Ms. Reese Robinson. And also, the folks that really make it happen, the Urban Alliance Detroit team. Joy Muhammad, our program director. Our amazing internship program leads, Taylor McCleary, Paul Thomas, Makia Cooper-Miller, Tamia Cooper, and Paris Ritter. The most amazing team in Urban Alliance. I want to celebrate the committed mentors in Detroit. Just big gratitude for you making time and space in your careers to continue to bring students along. I especially want to highlight Mr. James Wilson. Mr. James Wilson worked with 10 interns, and he works for the United States Patent and Trade Office, who was also our Employer Partner of the Year. One highlight about Mr. Wilson, he keeps up with his students. So our intern of the year, who I'll talk to you about in a moment, he worked with Mr. Wilson. And Mr. Wilson, when I talked to him, he says, oh yeah, he's got an assignment this week, or he's coming home this weekend, even though he's graduated from high school and moved on to college. So just big accolades and thanks to Mr. Wilson for his commitment. The most important individuals tonight are our Urban Alliance Detroit alumni. The things that we work on, the things we get funded, the things we partner on behalf of, none of those things really matter if our students are not thriving post-graduation. There's a myth that success is not meant for everyone, that because of where you come from or what you look like or your family's economic situation that you're not meant to succeed or that you don't belong. But our work in Detroit has exposed that myth for what it is. And we continue to usher Detroit youth into their pathways of success. The last part of this I want to highlight our Urban Alliance Detroit alumni. We have a few that have flown in, and the first is Mr. Mark Turner. He is an alumni from our very first class of 2018 and 19. He is working currently as a software developer and doing very well. Please stand up, Mr. Mark Turner. We have three other distinguished alumni. Mr. Charles Lindsay, who's now a sophomore at Hampton University. Please stand. Mahmouda Chowdhury, who is a freshman at the University of Michigan. And Destiny Banks, who is a freshman at Alabama A&M University. Please stand. I want to highlight two individuals who are really standout individuals. Our intern of the year from class of 21-22, Damaria Reddick. Damaria is an entrepreneur. She has a makeup business. And lastly, our intern of the year from our most recent class of 2022, Mr. Malachi Harris. Malachi, please stand. So Malachi worked with the United States Patent and Trade Office, and he stood out as one of their most amazing interns. He deserved the honor of Intern of the Year. He's currently a freshman at Eastern Michigan University. Lastly, I want to just give thanks to those who have supported the launch and expansion of the Detroit region. Thank you to Mary Zients, Ashana Smith, Julia Kent, Jeremy Lee, and also others from our national office who have been instrumental in our continued growth and work to support Detroit youth. Thank you so much.
Good evening. Oh, that was dead. Good evening. Awesome. I am so excited to be standing before you today. My name is Abiodun Durajai, and I am currently the executive director in Chicago. I want to thank everyone so much for being here tonight. Crazy turnout, and it's even crazier to think that we are all sitting here because of the gestures of young people 25 years ago. It's amazing just to see how far we have come. Imani and Austin from Chicago speaking with the president. That's just, right? That's huge. That's huge. And that is what happens when young people advocate for themselves, right? I would like to thank everyone for making this day happen. Thank you to the students, the alums, parents, school advocates, employers, family, friends, foe, everyone who is sitting in this audience today. I want to send a special shout out to our Urban Alliance Chicago team. There's a lot of you, so I just want y'all to stand up and look good for a moment. Come on, Chicago. You guys take a moment to recognize the color palette that we put together. Okay, thank you, thank you. I just want to thank you all, one, for showing up every day, but for showing out every day. I am only as good as the team I serve, and I think I have the best team in all of Urban Alliance. So shout out to Chicago. I want to do a special shout out for our Teacher Training Institute and our Obama Youth Jobs Corps program team. So Jamie and Keswana, shout out to you for preparing Austin and Imani for that amazing work that they did. Your work is pivotal in providing essential skills training and hands-on experience to the young people in our city. Now for the real reason why I'm here, our young people. Urban Alliance Chicago was founded in 2012 with our first graduating class in 2013, excuse me. In Chicago, we partner with amazing organizations that help us connect our young people to opportunities in the world of work. It's amazing to think Urban Alliance Chicago has been supporting young people for 10 years. I want to call out alums that are present today. so do me a favor and stand up. Jason Guzman, Elizabeth Ocon Calderon. I know you're in here. I don't see y'all. Oh, there you are. Okay. Carolyn Riviera, Dulce Enrique, and Jimena Cortez. Today we celebrate you. Special shout out to Jimena, Dulce, and Elizabeth because these three are part of our first graduating class of 2013. When we met with these young people a couple weeks ago, Jimena, you know I gotta call you out. Stand up for me, I didn't see you in the audience. There you go. Jimena is currently a software engineer at Cisco, and she now wants to give back by hosting and mentoring interns. What is really special about this young woman is that she mentioned, and I quote, "If it was not for DACA, which was institutionalized by President Obama, and Urban Alliance, I would not be where I am today." So shout out to you, Jimena. Next, I want to recognize our intern of the year in Chicago. Bryson Malone could not be here today. He graduated from Kenwood Academy and interned at LinkedIn during his senior year in high school. Unfortunately, because he is taking finals right now at Dayton University, he was unable to be here today. So shout out to Bryson. I also want to recognize our every single UA mentor from every single region that is present today. Our 2021-2022 Mentor of the Year in Chicago was Curly Wolf, who works at Hyatt. Carly was one of over 80 mentors from more than 55 job partners in Chicago. We also recognized our Employer of the Year, which was KPMG, and they hosted 2 interns and funded 2 interns at local nonprofits. I want to highlight our amazing school partners in Chicago tonight. We have Mr. Brandon Lenore here with us, so go ahead and stand up, Mr. Lenore. Mr. Lenore, stay standing for me, because you know I gotta share this about you. He is currently the Director of Student Programs and Community Partners at Urban Prep Academy, which is comprised of 3 schools serving only young men of color. So this is super important in our partnership in Chicago with the Obama Foundation as we partner with My Brother's Keeper, because one of our goals this year was to increase the number of young men of color that we serve. In a current cohort of 150, we have about 53 young men of color, and that is also made up by a lot of your students. So thank you so much, and shout out for the work you do. We have some UA parents and guardians today. Parents, guardians, friends, families, I thank you for the work you do, dedicating your time to helping get our young people prepared. Thank you for the work you do every single day. Without you, none of this would be possible. Our theme this year in Chicago is Attitude Determines Direction. So let me leave you with this. Think it, believe it, and do it. It all starts with your attitude. Have a great evening.
Good evening, beautiful people. Good evening, beautiful people. Thank you, thank you. My name is Laurentis Gaines Jr., and I have the honor and the privilege of serving as the program director for the greater DC region, which, which oversees Northern Virginia, DC proper, and Montgomery County and Prince George's County, Maryland. I also have a pretty large team, so team, please stand up. I also have some of my team standing backstage. We could not do this work without you. So again, thank you all for joining us for this momentous occasion. It's amazing to think what started at Anacostia High School so many years ago has now brought us to this moment, celebrating 25 amazing years of professional development, youth development, and workforce development to these amazing young people. Now, a part of our UA culture is to share shout-outs on any given day of the week, any given season, to signify the amazing things that are happening in that moment. So with that being said, I want to shout you all out for your years of partnership, for your years of support, and to our amazing interns, our alumni, and our partners. We shout you out because we could not do this without you as well. Now, as the largest and the oldest, the OGs, the oldest region where we've been able to provide professional development and paid internship opportunities through partnerships such as the World Bank. I saw some of our partners here. Lindsay, Kelly, if you could stand for a quick moment, we would love to recognize you. From the World Bank, thank you so much. Martha's Table, Bank of America, Inova Hospital, U.S. Patent Trade Office, and many, many, many more. Since 1996, here are some of our brief accomplishments. We've been able to service over 4,000 young people and connect to paid building and training opportunities and paid internships. We've been able to service over 18,000 plus students who have received these skills and building training opportunities. We partner with over 230 partners and businesses across the greater DC region that provide these opportunities for our young people. And in an average year, more than 200 students across 35 high schools. I'm gonna say it again because that's when you applaud. More than 200 students across 35 high schools in the DMV that partner with the Urban Alliance. And now I would like to share some acknowledgments for our interns of the year and our mentors of the year. So for DC, we had intern of the year, Imani Brooks. And our mentor was Samuel Meisenberg from Cyber Vista. For our DC Property Management Pathway Program, our intern of the year was Kiera Lee. And our mentor of the year was Emma Hildebrand. Sorry if I butchered your name, I apologize. For Montgomery County, our intern of the year was Madame Ali. And our mentor of the year was Miss Shannon Babe Thomas from Community Bridges. Last but not least, we have Northern Virginia intern of the year, which was Nermeen Borham. And our mentor of the year was Donnie John from Nova Scripps Central. Again, we thank you all so much for your support. For those of you who showed up this evening, again, we could not have done this without you all. Have a great evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mary Manel Zients, Board Chair of Urban Alliance.
Those are some tough acts to follow, my goodness. It's so wonderful to be here with all of you to celebrate this extraordinary milestone for Urban Alliance. To celebrate our 25th anniversary in this remarkable building is truly special. We're so grateful for our longtime partnership with the museum, the support and commitment of Secretary Bunch, who was one of our first mentors in 1997, by the way. Lana, you didn't mean that. And has supported us ever since. And for all the love, guidance, and wisdom from Deputy Director Kinshasa Holman-Conwell. Thank you both. It's meant the world to me to be connected to this work for almost all these 25 years. There's nothing better than seeing what young people are capable of doing when they feel heard, valued, loved, understood, and they're connected to exciting job opportunities and training. There is no greater gift than getting to see a young person build their dreams and then embark on the road to achieving their highest potential. There's so many people here who have been instrumental in Urban Alliance supporting more than 6,000 young people over the years. Mentors, job partners, community partners, school partners, funders, board members, our spectacular staff, and most importantly, all of our graduates and current students. Thank you for being here, all of you, and thank you for all that you've done. Could alums, students, current and former staff and board please stand so that we can recognize all of you? Come on, come on. Thank you. I would like to invite Christine Gregory, Veronica Nolan, Ishana Smith, and Elizabeth Lindsay to join me on the stage. These four extraordinary women are the leaders who have built the organization: Christine, then Veronica, followed by Ishana, and now Elizabeth. You're each brilliant in your own special way. You've given your hearts and souls to Urban Alliance, built up dedicated and effective teams of talented and committed people around you. And Urban Alliance could not have asked for better leadership all of these years, and working with each of you has been one of my greatest joys. Thank you. I would also like to invite Charles Reed to join us up here. Come on, Charles. Charles is one of the many incredible program graduates, Anacostia Senior High class of 2002, and an intern at the Fannie Mae Foundation, where he had a mentor named Andrew Plepler. And please come up here and join us now. And I promise I'll make this brief. I know I'm going to get in trouble with him. When our beloved Andrew talked with students at Anacostia High School in '96 and came up with the idea of a year-round paid internship, I thought he was a little bit crazy. And I told him so. Tom Nides and Gary Ginsberg and my husband Jeff helped him find the first job placements and build up the organization as I continued to wonder why a young lawyer with a full-time job in the tax division of the Justice Department and two of his three little ones still in diapers was the right person to build a jobs program for teens in DC. Well, I slowly came to realize that Andrew's dogged determination, his stubborn insistence on hearing the young people, his infallible moral compass, and his huge heart were exactly what was needed to get this important work off the ground. Andrew, you brought all of this into being, and you've nurtured and supported the work every day since. Urban Alliance is imbued with your values, centered on listening to the young people first and foremost, and placing their needs above all else, and we love you for it and are eternally grateful to be part of something that you created in this thoughtful and respectful way. Each person up here wants to share a quick, I promise, quick thought. Christine?
Got my reading glasses. Hi, everyone. My name is Christine Gregory, and I was the first full-time executive director of the Urban Alliance Foundation. So I was at the Urban Alliance at a time when everyone could fit into my Volkswagen Jetta. We would go to my house for breakfast, or sometimes Mary's house. And back then, the organization was lovingly referred to by the students as URBO. Is it still called URBO? No.
Amongst us.
Amongst us, okay, sorry. And behind his back, we used to call Andrew Plepler A. Plep. Jeff Zients was Jay-Z, of course. And Mary, we just called her Mary.
Tell the truth.
So as the first-time ED, it took me a little while to figure out what the heck I was supposed to do. And in the early days, it wasn't easy because Andrew and I didn't always see things eye to eye. I was kind of strict. And everyone knew, especially the students, that Andrew was a giant softie. I mean, I believe in second and third chances, but after like 25 chances, Andrew was still like, come on, let's give him another chance. But I quickly learned that this was the work, that my job was to take Andrew's vision, his compassion, and absolute commitment to young people and translate it into a replicable programmatic structure that could both meet our needs, our students where they are, and set very high standards. Our job was to strike a balance between challenge and support. Challenge and support. That was my assignment for my leg of the race. So in those days, as I alluded to earlier, we only had 4 staff members, about 30 students, and about 15 paying jobs. That was our entire world. And when we would pile in my car to go to breakfast, we would literally talk about how someday Urbo would be a real organization. And 25 years later, well, look at us now. I'm in awe of this organization, all that it's accomplished, and how it has grown. Congratulations to the board, to the staff, and to the students for 25 successful years of employing students and inspiring excellence. Thank you for hiring me and giving me a chance to play a very small part in getting this great organization on its feet.
And that's who hired me. So huge thanks to Andrew, Mary, and Christine for hiring me. My name is Veronica Nolan. I had the distinct pleasure of working at Urban Alliance and being a part of it for the last 20 years. You know, my team, who I see many of you back there, know that I've often, we often said that there are a few moments in life when you get to really, truly pause, reflect, and celebrate. And tonight is one of those nights in life. And so I really, truly hope that each and every one of you are thinking to yourself of a moment in time, lots of moments for those of us who have been around for a while, of when Urban Alliance was so impactful. And when I think about Urban Alliance, 5 words come to mind immediately. The 5 words are love, egoless, authenticity, impact, life-changing. And it's not surprising to me that when I think of Urban Alliance and the work that we've done, that those 5 words come to mind, because those are the 5 words that describe Andrew Plepler. That's you. And you're... I truly love you so much, and I'm so sincerely grateful for everything you've done. It was your brilliant vision and belief in the young people that made all of this possible. And it was that simple. It was that simple. Andrew just believed in them, even if it took 25 times to make it happen, which we all know sometimes it takes 25 times. And we just, those of us that have been connected to Urban Alliance, you just keep going and going and going and believe that it's going to take place. And so with that in mind, this work has truly mattered, and all of us in this room and thousands of others that are not able to join us today really created this life-changing, incredible opportunity. And so in that spirit, I just want to sincerely thank you, Andrew, for making this all possible, and not just the event, but really the life-changing trajectory that you made possible for all the thousands of kids. All the stories that we all know, students we've met today, is all because Andrew said, I believe in you. And so I think that deserves a round of applause and thanks. Now, because Andrew will kill us if we make too much of this about him, I also just want to sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, thank each and every one of you. It's not just the young people's lives who were changed for the better for Urban Alliance. It's all of us that were a part of it in some way, shape, or form. There's taken thousands of people in all moments and times, walks of life, in different roles that made this collectively possible. And so I just want to thank everyone that gave a young person an opportunity. It wasn't always easy, but it was worth it. And I especially want to thank all of the students that have inspired us and allowed us the distinct privilege and honor to serve you. It truly has been a gift that you've given us, and we thank you for the opportunity. So enjoy your evening, and thank you, everyone.
Good evening, everybody. I know it's getting late, but good evening. I'm just smiling from ear to ear. I cannot stop, and I'm just so thankful and grateful to be here. I'm Ashana Smith. That was the person who hired me. And just an opportunity of a lifetime. I want to say thank you to the board, the UA staff, the young people, Andrew especially. You have just, having the opportunity to learn from this work and to lead Urban Alliance has been a life-changing experience. Never before have I met such a group of people so authentically dedicated and committed to putting young people first and to serving young people. And I ran into work every single day, just trying my best to honor the legacy that Andrew and Veronica and Christine and Mary and Tom and Jeff and everybody put forth, where it was all about how can we just love these young people and support support them because we know they have the highest levels of potential. And I've never also seen any folks just go so deep and hard on servant leadership, and I learned so much. It is appropriate that tonight we are celebrating with Barack Obama. And during my term, I had the best opportunity several years ago to be in the room when Barack Obama surprised some of our Chicago interns. And I got to sit in the back and listen and see them with such wonder. And when he said to them, many of the things he said tonight about, you know, you can do anything is possible, you are never less than, you are able to do all things. That is what Urban Alliance does every single day. That is what the program is about. And Andrew, I just want to thank you for what you inspired in all of us. Thank all of the staff who've worked so hard over the years. And to the students, we love you dearly. And just thank you. I'm happy to be here.
My predecessors are incredible, tough act to follow. Andrew, this is the first time we've met in person because of COVID and because, you know, I've only been with the organization for about 18 months. It's so wonderful to meet you. And the stories that people tell about you just are so full of love and joy. And your commitment is so inspiring to me. I think that we often can feel overwhelmed. The world is a really hard place right now. And you are an example of how one person can really make a difference. So I just want to express my gratitude to you, and as well as every single person in this room. We would not be here without you. And thank you so much.
First of all, I'd like to say, wow. You know, just to see where this program started, to see where it is and where it's going, is awesome. So with that being said, round of applause, please. Good evening. My name is Charles Reed. I was in the second class of Herbo. That's what we called it back there. Being a kid from Southeast DC, this program has provided me with a life-changing opportunity. The college prep classes and mock interviews taught me how to communicate and conduct myself within the workforce. 25 years, Andrew. It started from a mentor-mentee relationship that grew to a friendship that grew to a father-son relationship. Y'all can't tell a resemblance. I will forever be indebted to you and Murray, which is why I drove from Philadelphia in the middle of a work week. Thank you for giving me this opportunity, your vision, and most importantly, your love. Thank you. Thank you, Urban Alliance.
I guess I'm supposed to speak now. That's tremendous. Charles is. I met Charles when we brought him to the Fannie Mae Foundation, and he had headphones on. I don't know. It was before Dr. Dre, so I don't know what they were. And he had some band called. It was Mystical, right? Is that right? And I didn't know what Mystical was, and I said, Charles, this isn't going to work. You got to lose Mystical, and you got to lose the headphones. And he did, and he turned out to be an unbelievable intern at Fannie Mae Foundation, and he's right, turned out to be an even better friend to both me and my 3 kids, and he is to this day, and he to this day gives me parenting advice, so doesn't get any better than that. But let's be clear, we're here. We wouldn't be here tonight without Mary Zients. begged her to not do what she just did. So I'm staying at their house, so we'll discuss that later. But Mary is a force of nature, and everything that has been said about caring and compassion and decency and integrity, there is no one better than Mary. There's no better board chair. There's no better friend. There's just no better person than Mary Zients, and I'm just touched to be a part of her life and Jeff's life, and they're the best anyone could ask for, so thank you. I'll be real quick on this because this started in 1996. It's funny how life, takes shape, and the more things change, the more things stay the same. 1996, there was a anti-violence event in Southeast, and then U.S. Attorney Eric Holder and then Vice President Gore hosted this event, and I went to it, and it was all about the violence in D.C. at the time of what we hear today. And every kid on that stage said, "This isn't complicated, I need a job." And everybody ran up to the stage with business cards and handed them their business cards. And I went out to Anacostia High about a week later and asked one of the students who had had a stack of those business cards what happened. And she said, nobody returns my call. And it was that message that really formed the basis of what Urban Alliance is all about. It's about trust, and it's about kindness. And you can't make promises that you don't keep. You can't build expectations in young people if you're not prepared to honor what you've committed to. And the thing that endures beyond anything else about Urban Alliance is that commitment to trust. Make a promise and be there for these young people, even if they screw up 25 times. And trust and kindness. And, kindness is an underappreciated virtue, in my view, particularly these days. And every day, Urban Alliance embodies kindness, both directed from the students to the team, to the employers, and vice versa. And it is a beautiful circle of virtue